You know, we got ourselves a little hole there. That's crazy. Today I got a simple little repair. I just need to cut this bent up step off, heat and beat the material that they broke on the undercarriage here, get it back into place, gouge it, weld it, and then go ahead and weld the step back on. You can see they put it on with a couple of passes here. Apparently that was a little bit too strong. In my opinion, I'd rather this step break off than it pull up the metal like it did here. And this could create a bad problem. You know, you can have a cracking situation in the undercarriage. So we need to address this. So this is a little bit more complicated of a job than it looks like from the outside. You figure, oh, just weld the step back on. Well, it would be that if the welder just broke. But unfortunately, it didn't. It pulled up the material with it. So as you can see, it took a little metal with it on this side. Look, from factory, they use caulk around this. Isn't that funny? Must be a reason. And then on this side, you can see it really took some metal with it. You know, we got ourselves a little hole there. So before I turn my generator on, a quick little tip. I know it's probably obvious to some of you guys, but keep like a little 10-foot cord with you when you're working right off the back of your truck. These little cords are gonna save you a lot of time. You're not sitting there winding up and unwinding a really long cord. Subscribe! Now that I went ahead and got this thing all flattened out, ground down, they both look good. This one I need to gouge the crack on both sides. I'm gonna be using my scarfing tip, and I'm gonna go ahead and just push the weld out of there basically, or push the crack out of there basically. Alright, so we've got it blowing out to my satisfaction. I left a little bit more metal in there than I normally would, because I'm going to have to build this bottom up, and I'm going to need to grab metal from the top with the 7018 and pull it back down into my puddle. Alright, so here's what we ended up with. You can see the crack. You usually want to cut all that out, but like I said, I'm going to use the 7018, grab that, and pull it back down as I work my way up. And then this one over here, I'm just going to weld over that when we replace the step. That should be fine. I don't usually leave full welding sequences in, but I did for the way that I'm squatting. This right here for me is one of the most uncomfortable positions, and they always say when you're welding you need to get in the most comfortable position possible. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's just not always possible, especially if you pick a career in repair. Basically, the reason this is so uncomfortable to me is because I have what's called a hiatal hernia, and my stomach gets shoved up into my chest cavity. So this is actually a 10-minute clip that I've shortened down to 9 seconds. But I just wanted to show you guys how many rods I put into this little tiny crack. Alright, it's all welded out. So we're going to come back, grind that flush, and then put our step back on there and weld it on both sides with just one single pass. So it looks like to me we have about 2 more passes to run just to go ahead and go through this and make sure that this doesn't open up into a crack again. I'm not going to bore you with doing this job again. I got more cracks to weld in this trailer, and you guys already seen how I cut cracks out and weld them up in a trailer like that. All right, guys, I'm back at another Home Depot. I got my guy Ron with me. You've seen him from the septic truck repair video. I borrowed him from John. So what we got to do, it's a real simple job. We're just going to remove these 5 balusters. So whoever did these decided to just basically put like a layer of like, they're not even in there. Like, look, that's crazy. That's how it's done right there. Nice job, Ron. All right, Ron's already got 2 out. He's working on the 3rd one right now. That first one's giving us a little trouble. Ron, can you give me a quick hand? Yep. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here, I got this. Want to give it a couple pats? Woo, that was suction cupped in there, huh? Woo. 3 down. Look at this fucking guy. What's wrong with people? I was like, who can help me with this? I was like, let's see if I get Ron. That's why they did that. Yeah. Wow, how weird. Hold on, let me show this to the camera before you pull it out, huh? That's why they did that, huh? All right. Jeez, man. Supposed to hit a sinkhole. We're on concrete. Perfect. Nice. Nice. All right. I'm gonna go in the store and get the supplies we need. Man, that guy Ron is an animal. He's freaking awesome. Look at this. 5 bollards removed in like 30 minutes. I mean, that's got to be some sort of record, I think. These were really shittily put in the ground. But you can see why I needed that dude Ron. He was perfect guy for this job. The only thing I don't like about this job is it's just so public. You know, there's just 9 million people walking around at all times. You know, meanwhile, we're trying to do this over here. All right, so Ron has emptied most of the dirt out of the inside of these things because, well, we don't need like 24 inches of cement in that hole. We really only need like 6. We're gonna backfill the hole with the dirt and then backfill it with cement, and then hopefully we're good. That's the problem. It's like people aren't that bright. You realize when you're doing this type of stuff.
Yeah, I worked for a guy up there in Gainesville for 5 years, taking care of 50 properties.
Oh, you were a property maintenance guy?
Yeah.
That's why you know how to do everything, huh?
Yeah.
My guy Ron did a fantastic job on the concrete. Everything came out as good as I think it could have. It's a quick little job. Only took us 2 hours to do that. What do you think, Ron? Was that a good one?
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully you'll be seeing a little bit more of Ron. I like working with him. He's quick. There's something you got to know about your boy. He loves Mexican food. So I was at my favorite Mexican restaurant, La Plaza Mexico, and I was walking up. I noticed this. Someone didn't weld the gate on too good. They clearly just had this shit made. And as you can see, the weld's already broke. You know, you can see what kind of welds they left them with. So obviously your boy walked in there and was like, listen, let's trade some Mexican foods for some repair work. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna weld a little gate on, all right? Throw this in with another couple videos, make a little extravaganza for you guys. Should only take me a couple of minutes. Let's knock it out. Perfect for this job. Looks like it's a little more than we bargained for, but that happened. As it turns out, the hinges are kind of seized. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna nip this one off, take it over to my vise, and see if it's something I can't fix. If I can't, then I'm gonna have to tell them I'll be back another day and grab some new hinges. That's just all part of the game, especially when you're doing shit on the fly like this. So as you can see, our problem here is this hinge doesn't move the way it's supposed to. We'll take this over to my vise. We'll start by just giving her a few turns. Very stiff. Cheap ass barrel hinges. There, folks, is the problem. Therein lies the issue. You must grease your hinges. Too many, there's a few different problems going on here. I eliminated the third hinge because if you have 3 hinges on something, that can create a point of binding if they aren't aligned exactly. The other reason is this hinge is super seized. I can't even get this one apart. So this one's rusted together. So we'll just take that one out. It's not necessary for a gate this size. It's so small. It's not gonna hurt anything just to have 2 hinges. Our next move is we're gonna cut this booger weld out and lay a nice weld in there. And hopefully that does it.
Subscribe!
So our next problem is now the latch doesn't work because I've repositioned the gate. So there's been a lot more problems than I bargained for with this gate. That's okay. I'll just fix it the right way and be done with it. You know, there's no need in getting my panties in a bunch and fixing it the wrong way. And I'd rather take a couple extra minutes and fix one of my neighborhood restaurant gates correctly than try to rush through it and not do it correctly. So all I'm going to do is nip this off, move it to where it needs to go, and then weld it back on. Hopefully that's the end of this project. Alright guys, that's the end of this project. I'm just going to paint, clean up, get the hell out of here.